Hello, today I'll be reviewing the board game Scotland Yard. I'll go over some of the pros and cons of this game, and then I'll give you some different ways that you can play at the end. So as you can see here on the front cover of the box, this is for ages 8 to 99. It plays 2 to 6 players, and a single round lasts for 45 minutes. This is a great game. It comes with 2 manuals. So this first manual here is the beginner's guide. You could see that here. This is the first way to play. Now the manual is in a bunch of different languages, so English is at the back of the manual. So it took a while to find it the first time, so just keep in mind this is the order. English is the last one. It comes with a second manual, which I have open to the back. This is for the advanced version of the game, and it gives you a lot more information on how to play a harder version of the game. Now the back cover of the box has the insert. This is where the board game itself goes, because this folds into 4 pieces and then it fits right in this slot. This is a nice little section here, and this is pretty tough. It's pretty solid plastic, so it's not going to go anywhere. You have 3 different types of tokens here. You have the taxi tokens, the bus tokens, and then the train or the tube tokens. And then you have some different space tokens. You have a walking token for Mr. X, who is the bad guy. Mr. X also has a double move space, and he has some black destination tokens. So the way this game plays is one person is going to play as Mr. X, and you can see here they have a visor here. They're supposed to put this on their head to protect the other players from seeing his eyes, because this game is basically a move your token piece across the board where one person is hiding. So the other players right here and here are trying to find where this player is. This is Mr. X, and they can move along the different routes from place to place, from station to station, and they can go by yellow for taxi, blue for bus, or red for the tube. So you can see the tube only goes to certain places, right? You can see here's a tube station which goes all the way here to another tube station because it's in red. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. In the beginner version, Mr. X only gets a double move spot and this secret walking spot, so he can move a second time if he uses this, and he can move in secret with that. This is the little board that Mr. X has for notating where he is, because what's going to happen, he's going to write down using a pen what station he's at. And then in the advanced version, if he moves by taxi, for example, he'll put a taxi there and then write his next spot in. So this tracks where Mr. X is. You could see along here at certain rounds in the game, there are these circles. In the beginner game, it only goes to 13, round 13. But in the advanced version, you can go all the way to 24. And what will happen is they can cover their spots up with this so the other players can't see. And they will go ahead and reveal where they are at these rounds. And they'll also put their token on the board. The rest of the time, when they're not visible, they're mentally keeping in mind where their position is. And as they move, they mark it down here. So in the beginner version, players don't have to worry about these move tickets. They can just move to any station on the board that is adjacent and connects to the path that they're on. So if they're here on 142, they want to take the bus, they go all the way to here, or they can go all the way to here, or they can go all the way to here, right? So they can go from blue space to blue space along a blue line. Taxis go pretty much everywhere on the board, and red go even further. So red here goes all the way to here. So there's different ways to get across the board, and depending on how far you want to go, you'll use a different one. In the beginner, like I said, they can go as wherever they want, as long as it's a valid move from their location, right? In the advanced version, the players get these cards, and it tells you how many of each ticket they get. So I have an example here with this black player. They get 4 of the tube tickets, they get 8 of these bus tickets, and then they get 11 of the taxis. If the players run out of positions, out of tickets, and they don't find Mr. X, then the players lose. And so if the players are moving and they land on the same spot as Mr. X, then they win, whether or not Mr. X has revealed himself. So if they land here and Mr. X was there, then the game ends and the players win, or the detectives. And so this is a really fun game. It actually released in the 1980s. I didn't know that because the first time I ever heard of this was in 2015 or 2016. I played it at work. I loved it so much that I bought it myself. It's a fun game. So some of the pros that I mentioned, it has a couple of different game modes. The artwork is pretty simple. The instructions visually here are easy. The instructions in the manual are quite complex. There's a lot to this game, and so that's one of the cons. Is the first time you played this game, there's quite a bit involved in the setup. You have to read the instructions. You really have to understand it. The more people you have that have not played that first game, the harder it is. So this is a hard game to play the first time. You can jump into it and understand it, but it's going to be hard otherwise if you are playing it for the first time with a large group. Now you'll notice there are these rings around these 2 players, and that's because these are called bobbies, and they are extra detectives. If you're playing a game with only 3 players, well, you have to have all of your detectives on the board, and so what'll happen is the 3 players will get cards like this, and they can only move according to the tickets that they have. And then there are 2 community players that will be playing as well, and they are controlled by the group. So the 3 detective players need to decide as a group where they're going to move these people. Because they have these rings around them, they can move any valid move at any time. They don't have to be restricted to however many tickets they have. There's some extra rules regarding Mr. X's tickets in the advanced game, where once a player discards their ticket, it goes to Mr. X. So Mr. X has pretty much unlimited tickets. But that's all in the rules. That's one of the things with this, if you're going to get it. It's a great game. Just make sure you have an adult read the instructions the first time to explain it, and then make sure you play the first game and don't get too caught up in winning or losing. I definitely recommend playing the beginner version first, and then that way you kind of have an understanding of the movements and the goals and how Mr. X reveals himself only on certain rounds. And then play the intermediate game, because I played the intermediate version or the advanced version the first time I played, and it was hard to grasp at first, right? It took a couple of rounds, and in this game it kind of matters knowing, because in the advanced version you only have so many tickets, so every move counts. But yeah, this is a great game. I do highly recommend it. I'm not sure that this mask is too important. Just don't stare at Mr. X while they're looking at the board too long, and you don't have to worry about cheating. But yeah, great game. That's all I really have to say about this. I hope this video was useful, and thank you for watching.